The Central Valley Honor Flight is taken off this morning with a group of veterans as they're set to head to Washington, D.C. to visit the war memorials built to honor our veterans.
KC24 anchor Stefani Booroojian is joining this year's flight and joins us now from the Fresno Yosemite International Airport. Good morning, Stefani.
Yes.
Hi, Brody and Taryn, and as you can see, this is a well-oiled machine. Somebody said that a little bit earlier, and it really does seem to be true. The veterans at this point are lining up to get checked in, get their boarding passes. It's so exciting to be here this morning. Lots of energy in this room. This is the 28th Central Valley Honor Flight. More than 70 veterans from the Vietnam War, the Korean War, 2 World War II veterans are going on this flight. The oldest is 97 years old. Both of the World War II veterans escorted here to the airport by the CHP. So these veterans are being honored for the service to their country. And this could not happen, of course, with our volunteers like Dr. Rick Geller. This is your 16th Central Valley Honor Flight. You haven't missed too many.
No, it's been a privilege to go on every one of them, Stephanie.
Why do you keep doing volunteering and doing this?
It's an extraordinary enterprise. It's a privilege to be a part of it. And at my age, it's such a joy to be able to give something back to the veterans who've given so much to our country.
What is your takeaway when you go on these trips? Hopefully you don't have to work as a doctor on the trip. I know you're here to make sure everyone stays healthy. But speak a little bit about the emotion of being there and what you see.
It's different on every trip. We're taking almost entirely Vietnam vets on this trip, and it's incredibly emotional for them, so it's emotional for us. When we started out, we were taking World War II vets to honor them. With the Vietnam veterans, it's more of a healing experience, and that's incredibly important because the Vietnam vets suffered, many of them, an awful lot. Some of them were abused, many of them were abused when they came home, and this trip helps them to heal.
And traveling with them to see the monuments. I know this trip we're going to the Capitol. It's incredible to see them experience those monuments and being honored.
It is. Several honor flights ago, we had a Korean War veteran who was honored by a man in uniform, and he got down on his knees, thanked our veteran for his country, then handed him something called a challenge coin. Later on, I talked to the veteran, and the man on his knees thanking our veteran from Fresno for his service in the Korean War was the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Republic of Korea, the entire head of the South Korean military. So we have those moments that are truly extraordinary and meaningful to our veterans.
Well, Dr. Rick Geller, thank you for joining us this morning, and I'm looking forward to being on this trip with you. My father was a World War II veteran. I'm wearing his dog tag. He served in the U.S. Navy, so I'm already feeling the emotion of just what you described, and it's going to be an incredible trip. Of course, we will document it for our Central Valley viewers. I do want to mention that these trips are funded through donations from the community, solely funded by donations, and there's always a need. I'm sure you would echo that for community financial support to keep these trips going.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we are funded by small donations from many people, so every little bit helps.
Absolutely. All right, so lots of excitement here. The trip will be leaving. The flight will be boarded in, I think, 8:15, so coming up pretty soon. All right, reporting from the Fresno Air Terminal, Stefani Booroojian, KC24, local news that matters. I'll see you in Washington, D.C. Taryn and Brody, back to you.
Stefani, thank you very much. And she mentioned she was wearing her father's dog tags. He served in World War II. My grandfather just passed away a month ago, 1 week away from his 97th birthday. Wow. He served in World War II. He served in Korea. He never got a chance to go on one of these trips, but he did visit the memorials. And for him, it was always just great to be there, and the reverence for that place and for everyone on these flights has. And then the chance to meet other veterans, make some new friends is fantastic.
That's what I love seeing. Like Steph was saying, it's such a well-oiled machine, but just to see the friendships that they're going in with and making new friends is always such a nice thing to see. So it's nice to see that in the Central Valley. Well, KC24 sunrise time is 6:16. We'll be right back. Stick with us.